Hi everybody, we're up at the allotment, just a wee update. All my rose cuttings they've survived the storms. I've tipped some of the water out because they don't need to be totally sitting in water. They'll get moved into the greenhouse once the tomatoes are out. And I've done a fair amount of them, and as I say, if we get half a dozen it'll be fine. Still picking lots of tomatoes between the two greenhouses and what's at home, but I'm running out of space and I've been cooking and cooking. My freezer's full of pasta sauce, and I've not done a lot of chutney because I've still got chutney left for last year. Gavin's been down here digging his potatoes because they kind of got washed into next door's plot. But our sweet peas took a bit of a battering and our wee fences fell down, and well, Gavin's digging over the potatoes that got washed down the hill to somebody else's plot.
Sorry. Aye, it was cut in the top of the shaws, and everything was covered, but the force of the rain washed them all for me. We were very, very fortunate compared to some of our neighbours.
Yes, well, and the tomato.
Can you get by?
Potatoes are not too bad.
These are international kidneys.
You've had a few big ones.
Jersey Royals, but they're not Thai.
Had a few big ones. I'll be able to film the sweet corn.
That was you remember.
And
It's the only one that actually germinated.
So the Glow chokes are going to start flowering soon. So just quickly go. Gavin grew these. I can never pronounce how they're called. They're Tithonian or something. But I think he was expecting more, but at least they're flowered because they're quite hard to grow. The pumpkins are doing not too bad here. Got a few pumpkins in here, and a wee different one down under here. And a white one in there, and a couple of courgettes, and a couple turning orange over there. And got yellow courgettes in there, which we grew for seed for America, that we bought when we were on holiday. And Gavin's green beans are going over the fence, so we'll have to pick them at some point. I quite like the flower, but I don't really particularly like them. And the sweet corn's done alright considering that storm. And the one that's at the back, the purpley one, it's a coloured corn. We bought the seeds in America and only one germinated, so we'll see if it comes or not. I don't know if it's edible or not. And the blueberries are starting to change colour, so we'll pick a few of them before we leave today, and another couple there. If we get a wee bit more heatness, we'll get they should turn, and the pumpkins are turning orange a wee bit in there, so that'll be fine. They'll be, time Halloween comes, they'll be ready to get for the grandchildren. I was quite surprised this is actually surviving because the stems burst, but I'll know to fill the beds right up next year. You found anything else, Gavin?
I've not found any gold, but plenty of tatties.
Plenty tatties, good.
Plenty of tatties.
The parsnips are doing alright.
That's not too bad. You know, I think
Well, it's more than you got out of that whole area there.
It's strange because they're all from the same company and they're only a few feet away, but that's the way it goes.
Maybe they're running far enough down the hill. With coriander, we're going to save the seeds off this. I did it last year and put them in the greenhouse to dry, and they got soaking wet, so I didn't manage to save any. And we've done that wee gutter in there, but it's not really deep enough, so we'll adapt that. And Gavin's parsnips is there, so we'll get some for Christmas. Lifted all Gavin's carrots, and I've still got mine to lift. And there's a wee bumblebee here, just resting, and Gavin's garlic's drying under there, and some onions. And in here I've just done a couple of wee rosy lettuce and more fennel. I'll have to do some weeding. So we're really just sort of on the tidy up, and everything will get lifted, the beetroot, and I've been making beetroot bread with the beetroot, and I've collected the strawberry runners from some of the strawberries. You can see the actual mud on Gavin's squashes. That's obviously we're quite steep, the allotment, but as I say, the people on the bottom ended up with the people at the top stuff in their bit, so it's pretty bad, the water coming down. I'm not sure how it affected the houses at the back. And I've got a couple of beds of pickled onions and fennel over there, and I'll definitely be growing more fennel because I have used, between freezing it and then putting it in, I made potato and fennel soup and it was very nice, considering I don't really like potatoes. And in here I've got a few pumpkins, and I've got a pink banana under there, and I'll probably make jam with the pumpkins, the ones that's extra from the kids. And this plant had more, but on the day of the thunderstorms I nearly fell into the other bit of the plot because I tripped. I slid on the pumpkin and nearly went into there because I was trying to avoid there's the storm, and so it was a mad rush. I've got a lot of apples on the tree, so we'll either make something with them or the grandchildren can have them. I'm not a lover of apples. I need to do a bit of weeding in here. Well, we need to weed everywhere, to be honest. Done kale, both tried it, but not that keen on it, so we won't probably grow that next season. And the rutabaga and the cosmos are really nice over there. The wee wildflower, the grasses are all soaking wet. Coming over, and the Anderson shelters kind of went by, but it was pretty, but we're going to change that for next season. And this mint, I'm leaving it to flower for the bees now, but it's in a pot, but it's just went mad, so I will get it. And some poppies, and I just planted some fennel in here just now, but this bed will be getting cleared, as in all the rest of them. I've been saving a lot of the seeds, it's too wet to do seeds today. And the sunflowers they've obviously just left from the seed from last year, so I hadn't planted them, but I've just let them go. And the sweet peas are nice, but they don't smell. They're everlasting, they come back every year. And still, this rose is still pretty stunning, and hopefully, as I say, I've got a lot of seeds to collect in there, which I'll collect a lot of the seed for next season. And that's basically, I've not dug my potatoes yet, but I will have a wee spy at them. And that's basically us for now. As I say, we're just up for a wee while, just more to save the potatoes because they were obviously uncovered from the water coming down the hill. But could have been worse, could have been worse. So it's bye bye for now, and bye bye from down there. Gavin's doing the tidying up, he's a tidying up person. I leave it lying and Gavin tidies it up, so that's the way it should be. Bye bye.